Hello again, everyone. Deflect here, Firm at Fair Gaming. Wanted to bring you a video as there is some buffs, nerfs, everything going on at the upcoming reset. Now, let's be honest, it's mostly buffs. I'm not sure if there's any nerfs, but there is some class tuning nonetheless. And some very interesting ones I didn't think would be going on. We'll just dive right into it. Death Knight's getting buffed. Bone Shield grants armor base at 80% strength was 70. Cool. Buff to their armor. Frost DK, all damage increased by 4%. Unholy DK, all your damage and your pet increased by 4%, which is crazy. So I just went to this, which they're trying to like kind of even everything out from the top specs. But this is the overall mythic keystone where everyone lies in Warcraft logs. And you can see Unholy's down here, um, which is, all right. So it's not doing the greatest, but it's just right around middle of the pack. And then on Raid, this is where they're all focusing. It's all on the Raid stuff. Like they're around the bottom tier. So they buff the bottom tier ones a lot in Raid, which is crazy because a lot of them perform really well in Mythic Plus. These Unholy actually performs pretty good Mythic Plus. Like you're all the way up here to Arcane Mage before it starts tapering off. But, damage increase is a damage increase, and that's not a bad thing. Feral Druid. Rip 10%, Rake 5%, Primal Wrath 10%, Feral Frenzy 5, Lunar Inspiration 10, and Ferocity damage, Rampant Ferocity 25. So huge buffs. Huge buffs for Feral because Feral's way down here. Feral just is not doing well in Raid. Feral in Keys, it's on the lower end as well, so this will be some welcome buff for that. This is the one I was unexpecting. The next few. Resto Druid, Swiftman, it's all mana based, so it's all decreasing your mana cost. Swiftman, Grove Guardians, Wild Growth, Regrowth, Effervescence, all decrease in mana cost, which is great because, you can run out of mana very quickly on a Resto. Survival Hunter, all abilities and pet abilities increased by 4%. Very good too. Survival is down here. You play with a good Serve Hunter in Keys though, and they pump like they do some good damage. But survival is still on the lower end, I guess. Overall. Uh, another show. Well, a couple bit of holy damage. For Paladin, Paladin getting some damage for their Righteous, Shield of Righteous, and their Consecration, both by 30%. This is nuts. This right here, nuts. Can't believe this is happening. This is huge. Ret Pallies do crazy damage. Crazy damage very well. Anything, they really scale up above 5 packs. They just do amazing amounts of damage. Wake of Ashes is always up there. Blade of Justice is one of your top damage ones. Final Verdict is a single target one. So it is buffing the single target, but they pop off. They go. Like Retribution Paladins up here in Keys. Up here. And now they're getting not little buffs. 20% Wake of Ashes, 20% Blade of Justice, 10% Final Verdict, 20 to Truce Wake, and Seething Flames 28. Sorry, 28 to Truce Wake and 28 to Seething Flames. Huge buffs for a class that does some nutty DPS. Here's the raid log. This is why they're doing it. So they're a little lower, but that is some big increases. So expect to see Ret's damage just pop off. Holy Priest, healing increased on all of it. Holy Word heals, Flash heal. Holy Word Chastise damage increased by 30%, Smite 30%, and Shadow Word Pain 15. Very welcome changes for Holy. Shadow, Mind Blast 10, Devouring Plague 10, Shadowy Apparitions 20. Shadow Link now causes direct damage spells to inflict 30% of their damage, was 25. Very welcome change. Shadow Priests again in Raider low, but in Mythic Plus again, Shadow Priests are getting quite high. So this buff is going to jump them up again even more. They are still doing some great damage. This will just do better damage. Arms Warrior, cleave damage 10%, Dreadnought 30, Deep Wounds 15, and the tier set bonus increased 200%, was 100. So big changes for arms. Should work out for some nice, definitely some nice increased damage because arms is down here in raid, which is very weird to see. And then arms is pretty low when it comes to Mythic Plus as well. Prot Vanguard 20% stamina was 30 or 35, and then Ignore Pain absorbs increased 5%. So nice welcome changes for protection as well. The rest is some PvP stuff, and I don't really PvP that much, so I wouldn't know anything about it anyway. I could just guess at that. But there are some welcome buffs. Watch out for Rep Pallies. This is going to skyrocket their damage, I think. This is going to do very well for them. They're going to they're going to climb quite significant on that. I've seen some Rep Pallies top rate all the time. Like, there is some good damage that Rep Pallies can do, and this is just going to blow it up. Shadow is also another one that does great damage if you can play it great. That's every class, let's just be honest. But again, it does very well, and these buffs are really going to boost it as well. So, big changes. Rep Pally's coming out a big winner, and so are the Shadow Priests, which is good to see. And then the rest are, obviously winners, but not as big as those two. Anyways, I tried to go through that as quick as I could for you. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe, deflect, Firm but Fair Gaming. We'll see you in the next video.